Hey guys, in this video I will show how Dr.Disrespect creates his virtual lounge or arena, whatever it's called. First of all, Dr.Disrespect uses a ton of green screens, and I mean a ton. Everything you see in his, I'll just call it arena, is done by using green screens. So how exactly does he pull off these effects? Dr.Disrespect uses many layers of images within OBS, which is why he's able to stand behind some objects and he's also able to stand in front of some other objects. It's because the objects that he's standing behind is a completely different image than the background. For all of his scenes, he has 3 layers. The first one is obviously the background, the one he stands in front of. The second layer is him behind a green screen. So whenever he's streaming, if he ever goes to his locker room or whatever the heck it's called, he actually stands up and walks over to a big green screen area. So the first layer is the background of the room. The second layer is him in a green screen. The third layer is all the objects that he is standing behind. The actual room is just a pre-made media source. But sometimes he has TVs in these rooms, so then he has another media source fit onto the TVs in the room so he can actually change what is on the TVs at a specific time. But how does he make all these layers? As you can see in this video on the screen, Dr.Disrespect's chest is actually cut off because of the crop he is using for his third layer. In this instance, the third layer is the desk that he is behind. So he simply takes 2 copies of the same photo. The first photo is the complete photo, the whole background, and the third layer combined. And then the second copy is literally just the objects he wants to stand behind. So you have the background, him, and the objects he stands behind. So he's behind the background, but the objects are in front of him. And once he puts both the first and the third layer together, they will look exactly the same. It'll look like the normal image, but you can walk behind the objects, as I said before. To explain how this works, I grabbed a picture of Dr.Disrespect's locker room, and I put it into Photoshop. As you can see here, I'm making layers of the objects I want to stand behind. So in this instance, I make the plant and the desk. I also make the plant to the left, so when you're walking in, you don't just appear in front of the plant. And then I also made Dr.Disrespect as another layer because I couldn't find an image without him. You do not need an expensive program like Photoshop to make this work. All you really need is either a lasso tool, which is what I use to cut out specific regions, or an eraser tool. You can just erase everything around the objects. However, that will take a lot longer. So once I'm done making the layers, again, I'm making these so I can stand behind the layers and I can stand in front of the background. So once I'm done with these, I export all 3 of the layers as PNGs. You do not want to export it as a JPEG if it gives you an option, because JPEGs will not have a transparent background. Okay, so once I have all these objects exported, I put them into OBS and I line them up perfectly so it looks like the original image. And then I went to a room in my house that has a solid blue wall. I'm only using this wall for a green screen, so you don't actually have to have a green screen to be able to do this. It just has to be a solid color wall. Just make sure you don't wear the same color as the wall, because otherwise you will also go invisible. Just make sure you act like you're actually interacting with the ambience around you. Once you have your video, send it to your drive and download it and put it into your OBS. Again, it does not have to be a video. You could also do it live as Dr.Disrespect does it, but I'm just doing it as a video for a demonstration. If you're doing it live, you have to make sure you have a green screen that not only covers your back, but also the floor. So then you want a camera pointing up so it's facing at your head. And then in OBS, you'll right click it, add a filter, and put chroma key, and then line it up where you want it to be. This is actually kind of cool because you can interact with the surroundings around you live, and you can actually see what is around you. Okay, and now here you can see I am behind some objects just like Doc is, and I'm also in front of the background. Even if I move myself around, I'm still behind some objects, which makes it look like I'm actually in the room. Well, if you ever wanted to create a virtual room for your stream, I'm not sure why you would, but it is a really cool concept. Now you know how to. But in all seriousness, knowing how to do this can actually create a lot of cool scenes for your stream and videos even. You can make a wall or room behind you in your stream, and you can actually put media sources behind you, and you can put names of your subscribers on TVs in the room behind you. That's just an idea. There's endless possibilities with doing this. Let me know let me know of any other streaming effects that you have stumbled across, and I can probably figure it out, and I'll make a video on it if I do. That's all for me, but I stream every Monday and Friday at 2 p.m. Central, so make sure you hop over there and go into my chat. I love talking to people, and I'll see you in my next video. And also my Discord is in the description. And this is a good idea.
You might die.
I one dinged one of them.
I know, she ran all the way past me.
One enemy
Thirsty.
remaining.
She wasn't gonna defend.
No way this guy didn't hear me.
Oh, middle. Hey! Oh my gosh.
One enemy remaining.
Oh.
I got Spike.
One enemy remaining.
Dude, their team is so bad. No, like I actually feel bad. Like.